Hello students, this lecture is the continuation of the previous lecture. This is the part 2 lecture of small signal representation, representation of small signal model of MOSFET. So this is a continued part 2 lecture. In the last lecture, we have seen till the point where no channel length modulation was used, and we were dealing with the representation of MOSFET in saturation region. And in this lecture we will be discussing about considering CLM, that is channel length modulation is considered, and let us see how the current expressions will come and the small signal expression of for small signal model will be derived using this channel length modulation concept inside that, and from there how can we represent the MOSFET in the small signal representation. So now, as we have discussed about the channel length modulation in one of our previous lectures, we have found that the drain current expression can be written as, considering the channel length modulation, mu COX prime W by L VGS minus VT H VGS minus VTH whole into one plus lambda VDS. So here this lambda, as you know, is such a parameter which introduces the channel idea of channel length modulation in the expression for drain current ID. So this is the expression for drain current considering the channel length modulation. So now this is VGS minus VTH whole square divided by 2 into 1 plus lambda VDS. So this was the expression actually. So now let us find from here, this is the basic expression, and let us found from here what is the value of GM for, in this case it is del ID by del VGS when VDS is taken as constant. So just differentiate partially in this expression. So this should be, GM should come as all these things, mu COX prime W by L is constant, then it is VGS. With respect to VGS we should be differentiating. So this is 1 plus lambda VDS, because all these things are constant for now, because VDS is constant, lambda is constant, and this is 2 will be cancelling out, and this is VGS minus VTH. Okay, so this is the expression for GM when we have considered the channel length expression and channel length modulation, and to find the expression for GM. Now this can be alternately written as we have written in the previous case also, 2 root over 2 mu COX prime W by L ID divided by this term 1 plus lambda VDS. So like the previous consideration, when there was no CLM considered, we have found by little bit manipulation of this expression of GM with this original expression of ID, considering these two expressions, that GM can be in turn expressed with the help of ID, because in these two expressions you can match, these things are common up to this. Only the difference is here it is VGS minus VTH and it is VGS minus VTH whole square divided by 2. So if we consider this as GM, So additionally there will be VGS minus VTH divided by 2, that will be the additional term. So if that comes over here with all the other terms, then GM can be expressed with the help of ID. So from these two expressions we can say that this VDS or VGS or this ID are the DC operating conditions for the MOSFET or the DC values, and over and above these values, this value of the GM is depending. So the value of finding of value of GM depends very much on the DC operating condition of the MOSFET, that is on the values of VDS, VGS and ID. So now let us find drain output conductance, that is GD, which is del ID by del VGS, del VDS when VGS is constant. Similarly, like all other occasions, so we can once again differentiate with this expression with respect to VDS. So what we should find, del mu COX prime W by L. This expression is constant because VGS and everything is constant. So VGS minus VTH whole square divided by 2 is constant. 1 is constant and lambda is constant. So this is into lambda. So now therefore what is GD? This is 1 by RD given by this whole expression. Let comparing this expression with this one, you can see that this whole expression, this complete expression excluding this part 1 plus lambda VDS is nothing but, this expression is nothing but the term ID sat. This is the saturation value of the drain current ID. So if we denote this value which is equal to this value, this expression is completely matching this expression, so we can write GD as this expression is ID sat, saturation value of drain current, into lambda. Now what does it mean? Let us refer to basically, so from here what is RD? It is 1 by lambda, 1 by lambda ID sat. Now why we have mentioned this whole expression as the saturation drain current? Because in the basic equation for the operation of MOSFET in the saturation region, we have established in one of my previous lectures, this was considered to be the saturation current in the saturation region, that is drain current in the saturation region, and that drain current in the saturation region being expressed as ID sat. Now if we consider the output characteristic curve VDS versus ID, the demarcation line is here. This is VDS is equal to VGS minus VTH. Now here you can see suppose for this value VGS2, this point is the ID sat value. That means this value is ID sat. Now when channel length modulation is not applied, this variation of current will be parallel to the voltage axis. That means there will be no variation of current, and the current of in the saturation region, which is this part of the diagram or characteristic curve, within this region the current is constant when there is no CLM. So no CLM means ID constant, that means it is parallel to axis VDS. But when there is CLM, the characteristic curve will be going little bit upward. We have seen in our discussion in the lecture about CLM that this curve will go little bit upward with CLM. And you know why this happens, because the drain current will be, the channel will be pinched off at a shorter length, and because of that the drain current will be increasing very much, because of the pinching off is happening faster or quicker at a lesser channel length than without CLM. So, so that increase of drain current is represented as this upward curve with respect to the gate to source voltage VGS2 when the channel length modulation is applied. But you can see that for with CLM or without CLM, the rise of current or the constantness of current is starting from this point, which is given by this ID sat value, and this ID sat value is nothing but the DC operating condition or the DC value for this particular analysis. So we can see as a whole this expression, all these expressions for with CLM and without CLM, for the values of GM and GD and subsequently RD will all depend on the DC operating values of VGS, VDS and ID. That means these finding of these values of the FET parameters will be extremely helpful, and they are absolutely dependent on the DC biasing conditions or the DC biasing parameters. Now let us draw the equivalent circuit once we are having with these values of GM and RD in our hand. So the basic equation now we can write ID for small signal equation, ID equal to GM VGS, where GM is given by this expression or this expression, and plus 1 by RD VDS, where VGS and VDS are small signals and RD is given by 1 by lambda ID sat. So lambda ID sat is also a DC value on which this RD will depend. That means both this GM and RD will be depending on, GM is depending on VDS, VGS and ID, and RD is dependent on ID sat. Now all these values VDS, VGS, ID and ID sat are all DC values. ID, ID sat, VGS and VDS are all DC operating condition for MOSFET conditions, and on this the value of final value of this parameters GM and 1 by RD depends, or rather RD will depend. So this is the small signal equation. Now let us represent this equation into the circuit. Now here you can see this GM VGS is once again a voltage controlled current source or dependent current source. So the circuit will look like this. This is the gate terminal and this is the source terminal. Source is always grounded, and this is the drain terminal. At the drain end, between drain and source, first let us write VDS. So this is VDS applied between drain and source, and there is a resistance connected in shunt between drain and source, the value of which is given by RD. And this resistance, since it is 1 by RD, so it is basically the conductance, and conductance is shown in an equivalent circuit with the help of a shunt connected resistance having value RD. So a shunt connected resistance having value RD means it is something in series like 1 by RD, which is conductance or reciprocal of this shunt connected resistance. Now you can find that this RD and along with VDS across it will give you this representation of this term in this equivalent circuit. Now the representation of this term, which is voltage controlled current source in the output circuit or output loop of this equivalent circuit, is given by like this. This is a dependent current source connected between drain and source, and its value is given by GM VGS. Okay, and the current that is being flowing, ID, it is this one, which is sum of these two currents. So ID is segregating or separating in these two branches, and sum of these two branch current is the current flowing from drain into the circuit. Now at the input loop or the input side between gate and source, this side is plus and minus, between them VGS is applied, but this circuit, at the input loop, this terminal between gate and source is kept open and no connection is being shown. Like all the previous cases we have seen in the equivalent circuit, in case of linear region and also in the equivalent circuit for no CLM case, we have seen in both the cases this input loop between gate and source is kept open, and that is not closed. This is because this is the representation of equivalent model for a n-channel MOSFET. And since you all know, this is drain, this is source, this is ID, and this is VDS, between them is applied, this is gate terminal, and between them it is VGS. Now since it is the small signal MOSFET and this is having the equivalent representation, this is the small signal equivalent circuit of MOSFET at low or medium frequency, but not high frequency. So this is the low or medium frequency of small signal equivalent circuit. So all the three cases, with CLM, without CLM, and the circuit in the linear region, all the circuits were the small signal equivalent circuit. In case of low or medium frequency region, we have not discussed anything about high frequency equivalent circuit. So in this representation and in the previous two occasions also, you have seen that the gate and source terminals are open circuited. This is open. Now question is why? As you know, this is the equivalent circuit of a MOSFET, and between gate and source the oxide layer is there, which is having insulator like property, and the current conduction at the input circuit between the gate terminal is very small, and that's why you know that the input impedance for a MOSFET is quite higher than other type of transistors, because of the presence of that oxide layer, and the conduction by the oxide layer is very poor because of its insulating nature. So no current will ideally flow through that capacitor for it being as an insulator, acting as an insulator. And also, since the input circuit is called MOS capacitor, the capacitor is formed between the gate terminal and the channel, from the construction of the MOSFET. In all the MOSFET there is a MOS capacitor formed between the gate terminal and the channel, and in low and high frequency operation, the capacitor acts like an open circuit, and at high frequency it acts like a short circuit. So since this equivalent model is the representation of low and mid frequency ranges for the MOSFET, that means in those ranges the input MOS capacitor constructed within the MOSFET will be behaving like an open circuit, and that open circuit is represented as this open circuit between the gate and source terminals. So therefore, in all these cases, with CLM, without CLM, and linear region of operation of MOSFET, for all these cases, in the small signal AC equivalent circuit, the input loop or the input circuit between gate and source terminals are always shown as open because of the presence of MOS capacitor, which behaves like an open circuit at low and mid frequencies. And this can only be explained when the frequency is within the low or mid frequency ranges, and keep in your mind, make it very clear that this will not be the scenario for the operation of high frequency cases. That means the high frequency AC equivalent circuit of MOSFET will be shown to you later in a separate lecture, and that will be very much different, because at high frequency MOSFETs will capacitors will be behaving like a short circuit. But in this case, in low and mid frequencies, since they are behaving like open circuits, that's why in all these discussions so far, we have kept the gate and source terminals are open between them. It is represented like an open circuit between gate and source terminals. So that's all we have from the discussion of small signal equivalent circuit or small signal model of MOSFET. Thank you.